We acknowledge the Kaurna people as the traditional custodians of the Adelaide region and their spiritual relationship with their country. We pay respect to elders past, present, and emerging, and extend that respect to all First Nations people and their connections to land. Always was, always will be. Hi guys, welcome back to the
3
Wise
Cousin.
Period.
We're
She always
back.
hesitates. She's like,
Wise.
Flashbacks to that one time. Yeah. Don't you remember that video? Bro, good chat.
Sorry, it's Monday, guys. Oh wait, we don't say it's Monday, do we?
well, we're recording it on
Do
a
we?
Monday.
Okay.
Run it.
Yep.
What
So-
And as you can see, it's a great start to the week. So hope you guys are having a great start to the week. We'll wait for a bit and now we're back better than ever. Got a lot to talk about. So firstly, how's everyone doing? How you doing, Aki?
I'm doing all right. I mean, I was just saying before, it's a big case of, eat, pray, love. Love your work your love. Still trying to figure out what that means. But I mean, look, just rolling with the punches. We're all good. And we're feeling quite recharged after that big trip. How about yourself?
I'm good. Like you said, we're feeling pretty recharged. It was a great trip. Can't wait to debrief about it. So yeah, how are you going, bro?
Bruh, I've been in the gutter. I've been in the trenches.
Ooh.
Physically, I've just been so sick, worn out, body crashed after the trip. But it was a good trip and we can get more into all of that stuff later on.
Yes, sir.
Well, firstly, congratulations on the win to you and Wan Squad.
Gang.
So yeah, I'll hand the floor over to you to just
Run
get into it.
one day, girl. One day.
I try, guys. I try.
So if you, for those of you that don't know or might have missed last episode, what we were talking about just before we went on break was that the reason why we took a break was because we all went to Sydney the week before last to IDL, which is the International Dance League, and one of the biggest, newest comps out. It's all over social media. A lot of the world's top teams competing against each other. They also have a community division as well that I got the opportunity to be able to be a part of with the boys from PNG Wan Squad. Shout out to the Bladders. Great experience. Very physically demanding, but very rewarding at the same time. And honestly, there's no other group of people I would have wanted to share that experience with than those guys. So shout out to all the boys. Shout out to Dion and David for calling me up and just getting me in the mix with the new boys and allowing me to be part of the creative process. But basically what happened was we had our own competition on the weekend prior, and then that was on the Saturday, and then Sunday I just kind of finished up packing. Then Monday I was straight to Sydney, early morning flight, and then pretty much dropped my bags at the hotel and then went straight to the studio, and we just had rehearsals every day all the way up until the comp. Myself and one of the other international boys from Brisbane, Charlie, we both landed there on the Monday, and then Justice, the other bro, he came in on Wednesday. So all in all, by the time we got on stage, by the Saturday, we had 3 rehearsals in PNG during the Easter long weekend when we flew over there, and then we had another 3 rehearsals with our full team, including Justice, from the Wednesday night all the way through to the comp on Saturday.
That's wild.
Yeah, it wasn't as intense. It felt a bit intense just because of the pressure, and now it's finally here and just trying to go through all the details and get back into the swing of it with the boys, because they were putting in hours back home before they came to Sydney. So our schedule was pretty much we'd rehearse from around 10 until 2 or 3 p.m. and then we had the rest of the time to ourselves, which was cool because it allowed us a chance to just kind of decompress, chill, have some food together. For some of the boys that had never traveled to sightsee as well, a little bit of Sydney, first time in Sydney for some of them, and first time just leaving PNG. Period,
yeah,
which was a huge thing. So yeah, for me that trip was just it was a great experience, but for me, it was more so being able to kind of step back and just watch a lot of these guys just experience stuff that most of us here in Australia like take for granted or that we just have all the time. Like I was asking them, I was like, oh, what do you guys think of the trains? Because in Sydney, it's obviously two levels, very different to like everywhere else. And then I was like, oh, it's a pretty cool train, eh? And then they're like, yeah, I've never even seen a real train in real life before. And I was like, sometimes you just forget that sort of stuff, which was quite humbling. But like, yeah, again, there's so much even now that like I'm not going to be able to take away and be able to fully reflect on right now. It's going to take time to kind of process everything. But all in all, that whole week, yeah, we just pretty much picked up where we left off when we were in PNG together a few months prior. And yeah, I mean, after all the blood, sweat, tears, and all the hard work and stuff, we were in the community division against like a stacked lineup of like world class teams, as well from not just Australia but also New Zealand and elsewhere as well. So it was cool to be able to have an opportunity to help these boys represent their home country and put on for themselves and for their community and their people back home as well, which I know it was a huge deal for me, for them to even want to consider having me be part of it. But an even bigger deal because it's just like I get to, regardless of whatever now comes from it after the competition and placing third and all that stuff, just yeah, just I all I can say is really just like there's nothing but like gratitude and appreciation for the whole that whole process with the boys as well. But before we get into like the actual comp itself and all of that stuff, how was your guys' week in the lead up to, and then when you guys were in Sydney before the comp? Yeah.
Hey, I'll go first. Yeah, honestly, like I have not been to Sydney in such a long time. Pre-COVID, I would go all the time. Like, 1 year, I reckon I went maybe close to like 8 times in 1 year. I was like, let's go. And then COVID happened, and then I sort of realized I was just like, actually, maybe Melbourne's where it's at low key because it's just kind of like a bit more chill, and I started to mellow out. So coming back after a few years, I was just kind of like, oh, this kind of feels very nostalgic. Like, the the layout of Sydney just felt very comfortable to me, which is always a nice feeling, especially because there were a lot of moving parts on this trip, and obviously we had kids as well, and so it's just kind of like, oh, you just want everyone to make sure they know what they're doing. So it felt good to know that at least I knew what I was doing. But we arrived on Friday, didn't we?
Yeah, you guys all flew
Yeah.
together Friday.
Yeah, bro.
I was
Honestly,
like,
it was on Friday. We arrived Friday morning.
yes.
And honestly, thank goodness that we went a little bit earlier just to settle because the week was hectic. I don't know if we would have survived if we didn't, and let alone for you, honestly.
I know. I was like, frick, I was tired and I wasn't even competing.
Yeah, we were all broken after sitting there,
Yeah.
like far out. But for me personally as well, it was a great opportunity to catch up with some of my real close friends from Sydney that I haven't seen in literal years. Like, one of which is John, who you both met at IDL. John was one of the lead photographers and also videographers for the event. He was doing a lot of the crowd work, and so I don't know, I felt very proud to see how my friends are sort of being able to be included in this sort of community and new format and event for Australia, at least. Yeah, I was just very giddy, honestly. I caught up with John and one of our other very close mates, Kelvin, and we're all obviously from different communities. John came from a popping background, Kelvin was crump, and then myself doing all of that cluster-ish that I do. And then I just remember I was waiting for both of them to come to dinner. Also, put a note down. If you ever go to Sydney and you're feeling like Korean barbecue, it is Butcher's hang on, is it butcher buffet? Buffet butcher? Butcher buffet.
I think so.
Yeah. All you can eat Korean barbecue. Yes. Just yes.
It
Was
best.
so
Yes,
good.
yes.
And I just remember seeing my friends walk down and I was just like, oh my God. Like, we've come such a long way. And through different sort of stories, whether it's like emotional hardships, whether it's deciding to go on fitness journeys, like Kelvin did his half marathon the same day as IDL. I was just like, look at us go. I felt $1,000,000 actually. So, and then the actual comp itself, it was phenomenal. But you know what? I reckon that's
There's
for
a
another.
lot.
Yeah.
Into.
What about you, sis? How was your
Oh
Sydney
my
trip
gosh.
overall?
Well, I mean, I was working every day leading up to the trip, so I was excited to get on that plane. The minute I was like, sorry, work where, work who, D
Bye,
and D,
boo.
D and D, do not disturb. I went straight from the airport to my best friend Martine's house. I had a very important person to meet out of all the people. Her newborn baby.
Oh, cute.
Very, very beautiful.
What's the baby's name?
Leia.
Cool. How nice.
No, so wholesome.
Was it their first or?
Yeah, first.
Oh, cool.
They got married last year, so no, very wholesome. Just, I don't know, it's just something so special watching your friends just like that whole new chapter.
Young
and just
families,
like,
man.
Yeah,
it's
just
very
like,
special.
Just so beautiful, just seeing like a whole different side of her, like in just entering motherhood. And then after that, I went straight into the city and I caught up with my best friend Natty as well.
They're
love
all best
my Sydney
friends.
Honestly, my Sydney friends are my best friends. I have so much love for them, and it's just like those people you can just love from afar, and no matter how long it's been, what are you doing, it's just like back to where you left off. And I know it's just a different kind of like love, and it's just something I'm just always so grateful for. And I feel like it was, besides all the like amazing dance stuff, it was just a trip of connections too. And just like, not only like just checking in like when you have those opportunities to but you got to meet two of my really beautiful friends, Lamar and Nysa. Love those boys,
clowns,
honestly. And I was really happy I got to see my cousin Caleb while I was there too, and he's a real one because every time I'm there he always makes the effort to see me, and I'm never in the same place every time I'm in Sydney.
True.
So he's a real one. So I mean,
he's lovely as well. Honestly,
I love my Sydney friends. They're just a different kind, like a breed, in the most beautiful way. Like so respectful, but real, and just bloody crack up. But so I felt like I was able to just like see the people I really wanted to catch up with. And I think it was a really chill trip. Yeah.
I know necessarily it was not chill
well,
at all, but it was
just
lovely.
like nice to just take your time in the moment. Well, I mean, I was taking my time. I think actually, now that I think about it, I think the only time we really just had a chill moment was when we were sitting in the balcony area.
Oh, that was lovely.
Oh my gosh, you were like to me, you were watching me, you're like, that is the most brown thing I've ever seen, because I just had like my leg up in the chair and I just started tapping to like
oh my God. She made an instrument out of her bloody, what was it? No, it was a empty packet.
Pineapple.
Yeah, empty like plastic container of pineapple, and she was just like drumming along, and I'm like, that's so brown.
It was so nice.
It just reminded me of when I was younger, my dad, like whenever dad and his brothers would come over when they'll play guitar or whatever, and if all the instruments were being used, I don't know, he might as well have gotten the spoons and played the spoons. Honestly, like
you make instrument out of anything.
And I'm like, wow, real talent.
No.
But that was a highlight for sure. That balcony breakfast. I got a message being like, "What cafe is this?"
That was Laura.
Yeah, my kitchen.
It was a very wholesome trip, and just even like with the crew as well. Like it was just such good company.
It was so nice to see the crew outside of training as well. It was nice just to see how people sort of are just as like humans.
Yeah.
I also had a great time with I keep on calling them the kids. So Ken's, Tyler, Alyssa, Lottie, and
Hannah.
not Reeni, and Hannah. Yeah, and we ran to
and Shiny. Well, she's not the kid though.
No,
No.
that is a grown
That's a
adult.
grown woman.
No, we ran to Bondi.
You know what?
Yeah,
Loved,
Saturday 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Still.
I loved that figures because they were like, do you want to go on a run? And I was like, turns over.
The only time Reeni runs is if I'm behind. Gonna get you. But no, that run was actually really good. And it was nice for us to, like, it felt like there was a good level of trust, obviously, because we weren't in a, like, confined area. We were on the street.
Yep.
And so, like, making sure we're all safe, we kept on going as a group. We checked in when someone was falling behind. And then, like, we really praised each other on our successes as well. It honestly felt really good because there's been, like, I don't know if you guys feel it, but outside of crew at least, there's sometimes you feel like the negging can get to you, or just the constant criticism or like critique can just be a bit like, ugh.
Yeah.
So it was nice for us to just sort of celebrate in a nice way.
And I think the thing that we enjoyed the most was just like watching you just have like your moment with the boys. And
Bruh.
like, I can't even express just how like, I lost my voice after IDO because we were just so like, all of us, like, words truly can't express just like how proud we are of you, bro. And like just such a deserving win. So
Well, let's
Yeah.
get into
yeah,
IDO.
I was like, with that being said,
One last little pit stop before
Yeah.
we do that. One little thing that I didn't mention during the week, like before we move on to the next part of it, was a couple cool things. Was our team Creed finally got to briefly, but still finally got to connect with the boys from Wan Squad as well as Bloodline as well, which was cool. And it's like real important for me because both of the directors of those teams are guys that like we all grew up together, we all danced together, we traveled the world together, competed against some of the very, very best. So it's, for us, after all those years, like decade plus since we last were on the same stage together, to then run it back now, all with our own companies and teams, either competing or they were there to watch and support and just kind of like absorb and be a sponge was really, really cool. And it was cool for me to just like watch, because I've been big on talking to the team about just like connecting more and getting to know each other better and just being comfortable around each other and just being real and authentic. So when it came time to like meet the other teams, they were very like somewhat apprehensive. Like a lot of the younger ones were, but that's just because naturally when you're 13 and you've never met some of these people, you don't really know how to navigate those spaces.
Ken's and Tyler were hilarious because like, especially Ken, she'd be like, guys, we're near them. And it's just like, they were so giddy, but like you could see like the excitedness, but the nervousness as well. But it's just like, oh, so wholesome.
But no, it's cool just to be able to like, that for you guys and the rest of the team to be able to experience like at least a brief experience of like the bond and stuff that me and the other boys have shared, even still to this day. It's something that's more important than the dancing itself, So I think that if that can be something that we continue to build and maintain and stuff, then I can tell that like our team's just going to only continue to inspire and be inspired and encouraged to want to do the same as well.
Well said.
It was definitely a massive highlight. It felt really nice just like getting to meet the others and stuff. And yeah, no, like very grateful for like that opportunity, because even prior to meeting the rest, we got to meet Honey as well, because when we were at the cafe with Laura, like it was Aki that noticed. He's like, I think that's Honey, and then I was just like, all right, I'm gonna approach her.
And I said no, because Miss Thing had her gimbal out. I'm like, she's vlogging right now. Don't interrupt her.
But no,
but you got your moment.
That's funny watching like the team like fan out at like either other dancers or other crews or even the pro teams as well. Like funny in like a wholesome way, because it's just like, damn, I remember like years ago, like that was me, like when I was watching dancers on YouTube or crews on YouTube, and I was like, wow, like.
Well, you know what? I think with them in particular, with Bloodline, it's less so about the any of it. It's more so just the fact that like, well, we watched that documentary and then we're seeing them in real life, and then they're acting like just so mellow or whatever, and it's just kind of like,
yeah, regular.
You obviously want to say hi and like, praise them, but at the same time we want to be like, don't freak out.
Yeah, like it's like don't make it weird.
It's
Don't
like-
make it weird.
I remember when you cried on YouTube, like random stuff like that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, but yeah, no, me and Honey talked about some like back in a few episodes ago when we talked about certain people in Adelaide not paying dancers correctly.
Oh.
So yeah, we were talking
What
about.
episode was that?
I can't even remember, but
Pay your dance.
I said what I said. We said what we said. But no, it was just like super cool talking to her and stuff. And I think like one thing, don't worry. While we're having some technical difficulties,
I'm not gonna bother. I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Continue with this story.
Go on.
the thing I love about just like this is such a female thing, but I was like to her, I love your fashion. And then when she looked at my Instagram, she's like, girl, I love your fashion. I was like, I'm gonna cry.
Why didn't you?
Because I'm trying to
Imagine this headline. Indigenous woman in Bondi Junction found crying over fashion.
Period.
Yeah. Material girl.
Mhm. But no, it was just so nice being able to like obviously we all there because we love dancing, but I think the best part was just talking about I think the things we just like enjoy about life and just
celebrating
finding those connections and stuff. Oh my god, Hilly was funny because I was like to him and like I can't remember which cousin, but I don't think that cousin. I think he reminds me of my brother-in-law Kongo. It's just like the way they both joke and stuff, especially when they're both drunk. It was just like, yeah, I was like to Hillary, you remind me of favorite. I said, you're my cousin. I said, but don't worry, my favorite cousin. He's like, all right, you're in my good books.
Bruh. That's crack up.
No.
Now, when we were talking after the club, he goes to me, oh, if you ever want any advice on Vogue Femme, let me know. I'm just like, you could take some notes yourself.
Period. Break down.
Yeah,
I want to see him do a dip.
Yeah. Public
Surely.
call out.
Yep.
I've seen it before. In slow-mo.
I haven't. So.
Bruh. But nah, honestly, it was like, we should probably preface the fact that it was Creed's first time representing interstate and also helping, being supportive of, your like OG fam, really. And that was really special as well. And also like, feeling very blessed that it was with such open arms as well.
Yeah.
Very welcoming and also very chill about it all. It was kind of crazy how the weekend went. And IDL itself, we were in very prime seats. Thank you, Laura.
Shots Laura for organising that real one. But even just like talking to Wan Squad boys, like, like just beautiful energy, but just very like real and raw energy. Like it's like what you see is what you get, and it was just so humbling, but just a lot of like gratitude to be able to like have people that are open to sharing that energy. Very
it's
special.
like, oh, we've won on the world's biggest stages more than once, but like we're still just regular folk, humble as,
That's where it's
and
at.
just like great people.
Shout outs Pian and David.
Shout
get
out
it,
to the boys.
Yeah, the boys.
But run us through the actual comp itself.
Yes,
so
sir.
So on the day we had our tech run. Tech run didn't really go the best actually for us. Like a lot of mistakes and errors and just different things just weren't firing on all cylinders. And allow me to preface this by saying that some of the boys in the team were brand new and had not competed or have much comp experience, especially on like a stage at this level as well. So for them, they were kind of feeling the pressure. Like, I mean, I felt the pressure, but I wasn't even doing any like hectic tricks. Like I wasn't doing any of the crazy corkscrews and B-twists and everything else as well. So tech run didn't really go the greatest, but we got there, got to meet, I think it's Everett. Correct me if the name's wrong. Sorry, bro. But he's like one of the main guys at Mountain Dew, because for those that don't know, Wan Squad, one of their sponsors is Mountain Dew in PNG.
Crazy
as well, which is crazy. But then like even when I went to PNG, it's like get out the airport and it's like there's a giant billboard of the boys. I'm just like, oh, random as, and they're like, oh yeah, you'll see a few of those. And then even when I was on the flight, and you know when you open the magazine on like different airlines and it shows like what's in the city, the town, the country, bro, there's like a piece on them as well, like front and center. I was like, oh damn, these guys are like
Legit. Yeah.
here, which was cool. But yeah, after tech run, we just kind of made our adjustments, did what we needed to do. It was cool. Like the vibe and the atmosphere was good. I didn't get the name of the security guard, the secchi guy at the front. He was vibes, bro. He was good champ. So good chats with that fella, whoever he was. And it was kind of random because he's a lot older. So him welcoming and being so open to like something so probably opposite what he's into, which is like hip hop and dance crews and stuff. Like, yeah, he was vibes. Like the staff there were really nice. They were really onto it. Even when there were technical issues with Tech Run, they made the adjustments for the teams that still needed to do tech runs, and they had everything like covered more or less from all bases, which was good for us. We had our runner who was there from the time we got there, Anuki from Brisbane, from Mad Dance House. She teaches the K-pop classes there. Shout out to you. She took good care of us and made sure that like we were where we needed to be when we needed to be, and then let us know if there are any changes through the schedule. And then it was cool seeing cool moment was seeing that some of the team, they lined up early, because I was like, look, I don't know what merch is going to be there. I also know that the community division that are already there get first dibs at merch, so if you want to make sure you don't miss out, line up early, to which they did. And then Joel was filming some content for Wan Squad, and then he needed to film some content with their sunnies, their sunglasses, and then he ended up giving a bunch of them to some of the team as well, to which they were like buzzing, which was cool. And then got into the comp, and it was cool. Like I loved the experience. It's been a hot minute since I've been on a stage like at that level, with that level of like stakes and the level and caliber of the teams competing as well. But it wasn't as like much pressure, because most of the people I was competing against are all like friends and people I've danced with, learned from, people I grew up with as well. So it was more so, it felt like a showcase in a way, but like there's a lot more at stake than just a regular performance for us. After the performance, we felt good about it, and that's like one of the first times in, I can't even remember how long that, like I cried a little bit after the performance, because like it was just like the end of the journey was the moment we got off stage, but it was like tears of like joy, bittersweet, and just like completion of that chapter then and there. But that doesn't mean that, and I knew that it didn't mean completion as in that's the end of the connection, the friendships, the relationships, the experiences. But it's definitely that whole trip with those boys, and even like having the team that were willing to, I encouraged us, like I was going to go anyway to watch, even if I wasn't competing or performing. And I encouraged the team to go as well. But it did mean a lot more just knowing that I had like most of the team that were able to attend to be there in person, and like I could feel like it just helped lift not just me but also the other boys as well, and even like the other teams as well. So yeah, very wholesome vibes. Didn't get the result we wanted, but you know, the cool thing about on the day was in the morning we did like a little tradition that they do before they compete, is like devotion or like prayer. And so we just sat down together and they shared some different like scriptures or things that were relevant to or just resonated with them, and they shared it with the group as well. And then anybody wanted to say any words about the journey, the experience, how they were feeling mentally, physically, whatever, we got a chance to be able to do that, just so that by the time we got to the venue, we already knew what the focus was. We already knew it's bigger than just the dancing. It's bigger than the expectations of these guys have won worlds twice in a row, and so there's a certain expectation. There's always going to be that expectation, but that's not set by the boys. That's set by other people. And so once we knew that, like, look, whatever happens is meant to happen the way it's meant to happen, and just like trust in the process, trust in God, and trust in each other, then we have nothing to worry about. Which once we did the tech run, a few of us, even myself, I was just like, oh damn, I don't know, like I'm feeling a bit shaky, wavering a little bit. But then I remembered, like, that was just the tech run. It's good that we get those mistakes and errors out of the way now, so that when we get on stage, it's like, okay, we've done it, so we've got nothing else to lose. Just go for it. Just trust. And we did. And yeah, just super proud of the boys, super proud of my brothers as well for putting this insane piece and just their whole process leading up to it as well. But yeah, that was my like take on the trip. There's so many other things, but that's for another time.
Yeah.
Yeah, to try to process.
And we were only talking about the community division, like far out.
Yeah.
It was good. It was really good. The rest of the crew was saying that they felt like the community division went off more than the international division or the professional division. Well, I don't know. I don't know. Why would you call it professional? That sounds so weird.
It was definitely really cool seeing like the pro teams, because it's like we've grown up watching these people as well.
Yeah.
So it was very like, whoa. They're like right there. And we were sitting in the coolest spot with the walkouts they did, because we got to high five and like that for a lot of them. It
felt like WWE.
Yeah, I was just like,
they were living their best life.
Oh my gosh.
I was sitting at the top and I could see like straight down to where the teams were walking through, and I'm just seeing them like their faces are lighting up. It's like Disneyland every time a team or one of the dancers walk past.
Who had the best reaction? 3, 2, 1, cheat.
Shout out Tyler's mom.
She was a mess. But I'm here for it. Live your life.
But even just the community division, like I loved the pro teams. Like that was just a whole different area and vibe. That was amazing to watch. But just like the community divisions were like phenomenal. I think it's just cool. Like, I don't know how the judges like picked.
But like the top 3 at the end, like honestly, it's so well deserved.
100%. And like everyone else that was there too was like, the fact that you're on that stage is also a win as well.
What about the stage though? Horton Pavilion, what a fab venue.
It was amazing.
I was like, wow, I'm going to be here this time next month.
At least you got a heads up. You got to scout the space before.
I don't know if it's that particular space though, but maybe. We'll see.
I mean, they change the
format.
Yeah,
Time will tell.
It was a great trip though, because it was a great event. My voice was gone the day after that.
Oh my gosh. And we were all a bit broken after as well, just physically.
I was just like, how did I lose my voice? When I look back on the video, I was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah, being a mess.
Yep.
Any if you had to go in terms of the pro division, any highlights in particular, any teams where you were like, oh, that was it?
Oh.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah, this is not very rapid.
I really enjoy.
I don't do well under pressure.
Yeah. Honestly, I loved watching 1 Million and GRV.
Yeah,
GRV.
The green.
Yeah, I just. Oh my gosh, GRV was amazing.
Oh, it was about time GRV like got back into their bag.
They did so well.
First two rounds, no disrespect, but I was like, it was great, but it wasn't like what everyone was wanting from them. So when they finally jumped into that bag like fully, I was just like, yep, this is what I've been telling all my students. I was like, bro, these guys back in the day were the ones.
Yeah.
And 1 Million, like just their creativity.
They definitely excel in concept and giving a show.
Yeah, rather than more so like that comp energy, but just like the artistry, the creativity, like was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
I think the hard part as well is like some of those teams like GRV, all of the teams, they have like a couple weeks in between each series or performance to put, not just one, but 2 sets.
Yeah, 2 sets.
Like the choreo, the staging, the formations, the transitions, the music and everything else as well. Like, and I know like, I think it was Brotherhood. They, like a week and a half before they were coming to Sydney, I think, or maybe it was one of the other stops, they had pretty much nearly finished, or they knew exactly what they were going to do, but then they got told that their song got denied, so they had to change and start over again. And to be able to do that as well is wild.
Yeah.
But very inspiring just to see that level of dancing all in the same room at the same time.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but even just royal family, like, and stuff. And then, and like, they were using Paris Go Bell's music too.
Mhm.
And I was
The
just like,
jabs and all that sort of stuff was good too.
oh,
Yeah.
it's just like, wow. So, yeah.
Yeah. I think something that we should circle back onto for next week's episode is actually talking about how we felt about the representation of some styles in the comp. Because I've got loads to say about that.
Okay.
So
well,
I've written
tune
it down.
in next week.
Yeah. But yeah, anything else that we wanted to add? Because then we got part 2 of the trip. Okay, good chat, everyone. Yeah. And so part 2 of the trip, once we finished at Sydney, we went to, well, not you, boo, but yeah, we went to Canberra. We were very fortunate to work with Passion and Purpose, with KG and Carly as well. And Dion taught, representing Creed, taught a set to all the kids. And myself, Tyler, Kenz, Lottie, and Alyssa helped assist.
And we had the mums as well. May and Alyssa's mum and Chi as
May
well.
And Chi, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, just run us through it. What's it like?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, like, mind you, by that point, I was actually sick the entire time. I was getting gradually sicker as the trip went on, even on the day of IDL. So by the time we had that Sunday as like a rest day, it wasn't really a rest day, but it was good to just catch up with my my Mrs. Laura and her mum before they headed back, as well as just help some of the boys with their shopping before they flew back as well. But I had somewhat of an early night as possible because we were in the lobby at 5 a.m. We had to catch a train at like, I think it was like 20 past 5-ish. Luckily, the train station was literally underneath our hotel, which was good. And then from there, we caught the train to Central and then went for a little walk to the bus stop there. And we jumped on a Greyhound at 6:30 to go from Sydney to Canberra. And it was cold, but at least I've never been on a Greyhound before, but the Greyhound was actually quite nice.
I enjoy it.
Yeah, it was quite comfy. Like, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. I wasn't expecting it to be like we're in the trenches, but also I didn't expect it to be so like comfy.
Yeah, the only thing is like it would have been a plane, it would have been a bus, just leg space. But like, yeah, it's chill. I think also because it's only like a few hours, it was very easy. The only issue was just getting on the bus or figuring out where the bus stop was. But
because there wasn't really
no
good
complaints.
signage for it.
Go on.
I know that sleep would hit different because we did not have an early night.
No, we did not. Or at least we had an early morning that one time in Sydney when a certain individual put the heater on.
Oh!
And then both of us woke up being like,
I don't get hot in my sleep. I woke up drenched in my sweat and I was like, who did it? Who turned on the heater?
yeah, it was not it. It was not the vibe.
All right, Bridgerton, you're like, who turned on the heater?
It was the worst. I woke up with the most stank face, like peed off.
Yeah, it was not it. 0 out of 10. But anyway, so yeah, Canberra. We arrived and then we went straight to a cafe. We just recharged, ate some kai, as Reeni would say. And yeah, just honestly trying to rest. I think I took maybe an hour and a half just stretching in the hotel room, and then I was like, oh crap, we have to go now. Felt like time went so fast while we were there. Trip was a little bit long just to get to Passion and Purpose, but once we were there though, it was really good. Like just allowing for us to sort of introduce ourselves to all the kids and really connect with them, because they've got a very young demographic there, right? And like yeah, they were just so eager. It was my favorite part of the whole like time whilst we were doing the set was just seeing like who was the most anxious or the most shy and being able to be like, we're going now. And then they'll be like, ah, but then they would do it and I'll be like, yeah, we killed that. So yeah, one of my highlights for sure. I mean, how was it like teaching? Obviously you were sick, but
like, honestly, like I've taught with like with my voice gone, and I've taught under the weather, but like it was to the point where when we were at the shopping center before we went to the studio,
Yeah.
like we had lunch and then they needed to go walk around and pick up a few things. But I was just like, I'm just gonna sit on this like little bench here because like my body was fried, bro,
Yeah.
and I was just not feeling well in any way, shape, or form. And I was like, I need to be smart to try to conserve energy. And then yeah, as soon as we get there, I've been taught since young, is like when you're on, you're on. It doesn't matter if you're sick or whatever. So uh, I was trying to just thug it out as best I could, and luckily I had the team there with me to be able to assist and try to delegate some of the stuff that I wasn't able to do, especially when it comes to things like trying to project your voice to like a room, especially like a room with like a lot of excited young kids as well. It's hard to be able to. It's not hard to get their attention, but it's hard to command attention when your voice doesn't allow you to
Right.
carry that presence of authority and all that stuff. But the good thing about it is like I've worked with those kids earlier this year. I've worked with majority of them for a few years, and I know them quite well, and vice versa. So to be able to this time bring some of my team down, especially some of the kids in our team that are around the same age as them, I think it resonated a lot more with them because I can connect with them and relate with them, but also like I'm not their age.
Yes.
So like I can try to be hip and cool and all
Surprisingly.
that stuff, but like it's a lot more easier. Like the barrier to entry and being able to be approachable and connect and talk is a lot easier when it's people similar age talking to each other about stuff like school, friendships, sports. I don't know, whatever, music, dance, anything else as well. So yeah, no, it was a great trip, great experience, and yeah, shout out to my team for stepping up to be able to assist and help, and also shout out to KG Kali and everyone at PMP for trusting us and welcoming us with open arms
Yeah.
as well. Because I know that even though I haven't had a chance I haven't seen the team yet, our team yet, but I know even without talking to them or whatever that there's so much that they've been able to take away from that experience with you guys, and vice versa. I'm sure you guys have taken a lot away from meeting some of my team as well, and seeing like it's not just Dion. He's not just all about burpees and push-ups and all this stuff. It's like his team do it anyway
Oh,
as well.
man.
Totally.
Sorry.
She's like, Dion's talking a lot this episode. Let me
Sorry.
just mix it up.
My phone fell out of my pocket.
Bro.
It's like when you're at the Grammys and they start playing the music to tell you to wrap it up.
Yeah.
But no,
I
it's
was like,
vibes.
sorry, what?
No, rude. You're just jealous because you weren't there.
Oh, I definitely had FOMO.
Yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
what
you could
about-
handle 8 degrees.
Hmm?
The
Bro, it
weather.
was 3 degrees the morning we left.
She was chilly.
Damn, I was complaining about Adelaide weather when I got back.
Yeah,
Well,
and
it's
you
been
say,
getting colder here now.
It's been
Yeah.
frizzing.
nah, it was crisp.
Crispy.
But yeah, for you, bro,
Mm.
like other than what you've mentioned, was there any other like bits?
Yeah, well, honestly, I think like obviously sort of seeing the students be able to get that like light bulb moment was definitely a really great opportunity as well, because like the piece was not easy by any means. I mean, I remember when we first learned it, I think I was wearing this hoodie. It was not the same color after. It was a shade darker. Like I was dying when we first did it, but like I really enjoyed it. And to be able to also share that, or also be a part of the assistance and helping break down those pathways, or like just those sort of like mental blockages, was really nice and refreshing. So much so that when we came back from the trip, I was saying, I pulled you both aside one-on-ones, and I said, like, after that trip, honestly, I just felt re-inspired to teach or give again, which honestly, at the end of the day, that was the biggest thing that I could have ever asked for, and I'm very grateful for that. But in my dance career so far, in the last 6 months, I felt like I was just so... how do I describe it? Just like this. just like in my shell because I just felt like I wasn't in a position where I should teach because mentally I wasn't in that in that good place. But yeah, I just felt so reinvigorated by that, and like just the process of being able to, yeah, just feel confident in myself and feel like it's time is a very hard thing to describe, because if you sort of push that timing, sometimes it doesn't feel the same way as when it just fits. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I'm feeling very blessed and very appreciative of that. The other thing I was going to say as well was like the conversations that were had after the class as well. Being able to sit down with some of the, I wouldn't say the older kids, but definitely some of the more mature ones, and being able to talk about what dance means to them in their current point in their lives, and being able to discuss you know, just some mindset things. For example, like one of the girls, Jojo, was saying that she wants to be a backup dancer, and I'm just like, well, firstly, like, but then they were also complaining about the standards within the dance scene, and I was like, you've got to work with what you've got, but also like, let's change that mentality behind being a backup dancer. Like you're side by side with the artist. You're like if their music's the brush, you're the canvas. Like you're helping re-illustrate what they're trying to convey in a different method. And so being able to sort of like offer that sort of perspective was really quite special, and seeing them be like, oh wow, that's so like duh, but obviously like, you know, a moment of connection was really special too. Some of the other girls as well, they're cracker, but I forgot her name, but I was like to Reeni, this girl, Miss Thing, reminded me of Reeni back home. And I was like, this really shy, beautiful girl. I think Carly was saying she's from Tonga.
Yeah, you said she was
Yeah. And
Mona?
yes,
oh,
thank
there
you.
we go.
She's not shy. She's only shy if she doesn't know you yet.
Yeah, but like
so fair.
I made it a part of my job to be like, I'm gonna crack this girl. And anytime she would like dance, you could see her light up. But as soon as it was finished, she went back into her shell. And I'm just kind of like, whenever we'd finish, I'd point over and I'd be like, I see you over there. I see you getting it. And I told her after, it's like, you remind me of Reeni, because when she first started, because like, you can tell that she wants to express, but there's just some blockages here and there. And it's just kind of like, you're strong. Let your artistry flow and just be proud, and also feel free to take up space, and you know, let your parents see that you love this as well. Yeah. Are you getting emotional?
No, it's very wholesome.
Oh,
Very wholesome.
Just trying to make her cry, guys.
We've already done that.
She's done. The well is dry.
I was like, we've already done that.
But honestly, yeah, again, can't thank everyone enough. And like, if I could do it again, I would in a heartbeat. So yeah.
Yeah, first of many.
Yeah, beautiful. A lot of cool memes from the sounds of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're over there, back in Adelaide. How was that?
Oh, I got straight back into work. So that was that.
Womp womp.
But hey, making
That's why
money.
she's the Grinch.
Green on green.
Yeah, good chat. And with that, fam, I reckon we'll wrap it up there. I mean, honestly, there's so much more to talk about, but I'm sure we'll bring it into conversation in the upcoming episodes as well. We've been saying it, but we always appreciate whenever you drop by, say your prayer or praises. I can't even talk.
Shout out to Andrea. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, because Idea, this is one of our homegirls from Adelaide that came with Holly and her sister
Yes.
as well. She was saying to us, I listen to the podcast every episode on my way to teaching, and I'm like, you're a real one. I said, period.
Yeah.
So shout out to you. Thank you, and we love you.
Yeah. I know this episode may have been just a lot to take in, but honestly, we're feeling the same way.
Yeah.
It was just like, wow.
And share your favorite moments with us about
Yeah,
Idea for those
honestly.
that watched it, was there.
Yeah, honestly. And with that, my name is Aki,
I'm Reeni.
I'm Dion.
and we are the three.
Wise.
Cousins.
Bye.
Warm-blooded, baby. You guys haven't learned the handshake, so warm blood. So this is Wan Squad. This is Bloodline, so they do Wan blood.
Wait.
So right hand is
I
flat,
was
The
like,
B.
left hand is the W, and then we do the C for Creed.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, club. Yeah, don't look at me like that. Anyways, have a great week, guys. Bye.
Bye.